Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. Last week we talked about 8 supramundane chetas, supramundane consciousness. So then we have 4 magga chetas and 4 phala chetas. Magga means the path. So magga cheta were destroying and send factors or defilements in your mind. And some magga cheta will insinuate some of the defilement in your mind. Then phala cheta were trying to make it cool, We're destroying. So for that reason, magga cheta and phala chetas. So we already learned last week. So today we will talk about who is Sotapanna and what factors or defilement he destroyed. Right? We will study today. Before that, I think many of you know these Pali lines. Yaridan Chattari Purisa Yugani Atha Purisa Pokala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. So this is the line from 9 quality of the Sangha we are always chanting. So the meaning is, that is the 4 pairs of persons, and the 8 types of individuals. 8 types of individuals. So this Sangha of the Blessed One disciples. So actually here Sangha, here me, not a normal Sangha, not a ordinary Sangha. Sangha me, we are paying homage to the Sangha who already attained enlightenment. So they are 8 types of individuals, right? 8 types of individuals. In other words, we can say 4 pair of persons. Regarding with the Sotapanna, we have a Sotapatti Magga and Sotapatti Phala. 1 pair, right? 1 pair. Sakadagami Magga and Sakadagami Phala. 1 pair. Anagami Magga, Anagami Phala, another 1 pair. Arata Magga, Arata Phala, another 1 pair. Altogether, 4 pairs of persons. When we talk about in terms of individuals, there are 8 types. So we will study that. 8 noble, we call it 8 noble individuals. 4 pairs of, in other words, we can say 4 pairs of noble individuals. One who has entered upon the path. So the path here is Magga. In other words, Magga Cheta, the one who attained Magga Cheta. To the realization of the fruit of stream in tree. One is trying to attain the fruit of stream in tree, but haven't reached yet. Just on the way, just on the path. We call it Sotapatti Magga, right? Sotapatti Magga. Another one is a stream enterer. So this one is Sotapatti Phala, the one who achieve Sotapatti Phala. 1 and 2 is called 1 pair, right? 1 pair. But when you talk about under the 8 type of noble individuals, 1 is 1 individual, 2 is another individual, right? So therefore, Then I hope that you understand. We are talking about stream enterer. Stream enterer. It means the one who attain the fruit of stream entry. The one who attains Sotapaddi Phalacheta. Number one is the one who attains Sotapaddi Magacheta. He stay on the way, on the way. You know, according to Abhidhamma, mind process, the first one, only one mind movement. After one Magacheta, then Phalacheta will come right away. Very quick, right away. So normally we say that we are offering Ariya Sangha, eight type of noble individuals. If we are talking that, it is no way to offer the first person, the first person. If we are talking according to Abhidhamma, But if we study the suttas, later today we will study the suttas. I think you will know the difference between Abhidhamma and suttas. Another person is one who has entered upon the path. This one also Magga, Magga. To the realization of the fruit of one's return, Sakadagami. The number 4 is one's returner. Number 3, the one who attained Sakadagami Magacheta. Number 4, one who attained Sakadagami Phalacheta. Right? Magga and Phala. Magga and Phala is one pair. Number 3 and number 4 is one pairs. The number 5, one who has entered upon the path to the realization of the fruit of non-return, anagami. Number 6, non-returner. Number 5, Magga. Number 6, Phala. So number 5 and number 6, one pair. Number 7, one who has entered upon the path to the realization of the fruit of arrangeship. So this one is Magacheta, right? Magacheta. The number 8 is Phalacheta, Rata Phalacheta. Number 7 and number 8, one pair. So when we're talking about Ariya Sangha, noble Ariya Sangha, we are not referring to normal monks and nuns. We are referring to the person who already attained all these spiritual achievement, including lay people. Suppose, as a lay people, you become Sotapanna. You are one of the Sangha, Sangha doesn't refer to just monastics. It refers to anyone, including lay people. But of course, the commentary mentioned that literally it means noble individuals. Also, it indicates Samudhi Sangha. Samudhi Sangha means conventional Sangha, or maybe we can call it normal Sangha. Normal monastics. Okay, so here I want you to notice, the difference between Abhidhamma and suttas. According to Abhidhamma, the one who has entered upon the path it takes only one mind movement, very quick, Only Magacheta arises only one time. After one Magacheta, then Phalacheta will come right away, immediately after Magachetas, right? So it implies that if we are offering a type of Ariya Sangha, you can offer maybe Sotapaddi, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant. It is almost impossible to offer the one who is on the path, Sotapatti Magga according to Abhidhamma. Okay, so if you study the sutta, I think it tells otherwise, it tells otherwise. Before that, I want to explain who is Sotapanna. Sotapanna. I think nowadays people are talking in Pali, Sotapanna. They rarely talk about in English, stream enterer. The word Sotapanna is divided into two words, Sota and Apana. Sota means the stream. But sometimes it can Sota mean water current of the river. The water current in the river. It can be, actually mostly we use the word the stream. In other words, we can also translate as the water current of the river. Apana means enterer, the one who first reached there, the one who first reached the stream, or the one who entered the water current of the river. Sometimes some scholars they translate stream winner. Actually, I prefer to translate stream enterer. So, I will quote one sutta from Magga Samyutta, Dutiya Sariputta Sutta. The Buddha asked question to Venerable Sariputta. Sariputta, this is said, the stream, sota, people say. What now, Sariputta, is the stream? What is sota? Then Venerable Sariputta answered, this noble eightfold path, Venerable Sa, is the stream. The noble eightfold path is the stream. That is right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And the Buddha replied, good, Sariputta. This noble eightfold path is the stream. That is right view, etc. The noble eightfold path is the stream. So that means Sotapanna means the one who reach, who is practicing, the noble eightfold path. Who is on the path, me, Sotapatti Magga. The one who have already reached Sotapanna. Then the Buddha asked second question, Sariputta, this is said, a stream enterer, Sotapanna, people say. What now, Sariputta, is a stream enterer? What is Sotapanna? Then Venerable Sariputta replied, one who has possesses this noble eightfold path, Venerable Sa, is called stream enterer. This Venerable one of such a name and clan. So here, Sotapanna means the one who possesses this noble eightfold path, Sotapanna. You may possess the noble eightfold path for some time, no? But Sotapanna means possess all the time, no? Most of the time. So here I will show with the picture, it will be clearer for you by quoting that suttas. The noble eightfold path is the stream. In other words, water current of the river. You can see that the stream is sota, or water current in the river is sota. So here, Sotapanami, the one who reaches there for the first time, is called stream enterer. But here, for the first time is I use the word for the first time. It doesn't mean normally as a Puthojana, as a normal person, you also reach. Sometimes you also reach on the stream or in the stream, just for a while. Then you will come out again. You will come out again. You will come back. Sometimes you go on the stream, but because of attachment to something, then you come back. You are not staying on the stream. Sotapanami, he will reach, on the stream and stay there. Will not come back. That means he is on the practice. Even if somebody threatens him, not to follow the Noble Eightfold Path, he will stay to it. So when you look at the picture, I think you will understand better. Sotami, the streamy, here the stream, or water current on the stream, or water current of the river. So here you can see the boat, people sailing on the stream. He will not come back, He will not come back to the shore. He will continue to go along the stream until he reach the ocean. Normally, as a Puthojana, we go there sometime, then we come back to the shore, Sotapanami, he will stay on the stream all the time. Even if somebody threatens him, even if somebody, tell him, if you do not practice the Noble Eightfold Path, or if you give up the triple gem, then I will give you something. He will not do that. He will not come back. He will stay on the stream. So that means he will practice the Noble Eightfold Path. For the rest of his life, until he attained final Nibbana. So here, Sotapanna is nothing but the one who practiced the Noble Eightfold Path, all the time. Okay? So, for that reason, the Buddha said, the one who becomes Sotapanna, he is destined to attain Nibbana, final Nibbana. So therefore, the one who becomes Sotapanna, at most, he will take only 7 existences, right? You already know that. Not more than that. Because he will be on the path all the time. On the path here means the Noble Eightfold Path, right? The Noble Eightfold Path. As a normal people, we also practice the Noble Eightfold Path, right? The Noble Eightfold Path. Right now, we are practicing, right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. We are practicing, right? Then after that, when you go back, you are not on the stream anymore, right? Like that, So as a Buddhist, we should try to be there as much as possible, As much as possible. So to know the nature of Sotapanna, I will quote one chapter from Sangha Nikaya. Not one sutta, one chapter. Okantika Sanyota. Okantika means entering. enter into the stream, enter in. It talk about how somebody becomes Sotapanna. So in Aukhandika Sanyutta, we have a 10 sutta. So every sutta talk about becoming Sotapanna. If you understand one sutta, you understand all. You understand all. Then the Buddha talk about, the Buddha said that the I is impermanent. Your I is impermanent. Changing, becoming otherwise. It's very easy to understand, right? Your I is no longer the same, It is changing. It's changing all the time. Of course, when we think about our I, maybe about 10 years ago and right now, too much different, right? Too much different. But the one who practice Vipassana meditation, they will know right away. Even right now, your I is changing. Your I is impermanent. And all material phenomena in your eye disappear, and new material phenomena will arise. It goes like that, changing all the time, Impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. If you know, the I is impermanent, the I is changing, the I is becoming otherwise. Similarly, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind. It's changing and impermanent and becoming otherwise. It talk about a nature, right? A nature. So these are, we call it 6 internal bases. 6 internal bases. In the first sutta, the Buddha talk about impermanence, nature of 6 internal bases. In the second sutta, the Buddha talk about 6 external bases. Things that we see, things that we hear, smell, taste, touch, and mind object. All these are impermanent, changing, and becoming otherwise. Then another sutta, the Buddha talk about consciousness. Your consciousness is changing. Your contact is changing. Feeling, perception, volition, craving. 6 elements. 6 elements here mean the earth element, water element, air element, and the earth element, water element, fire element, and air element, space element, as well as the space element and also consciousness element, where is 6 type of element. Okay, then 5 aggregate. In another sutta, the Buddha talk about 5 aggregate. 5 aggregate are impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. Right? In other words, everything is impermanent. Your mind, your body, everything outside, everything you see, everything you hear, etc. Everything is impermanent, a nature, changing, Bdmv, becoming otherwise. Then the Buddha said that one who places faith, sattahati, in this teaching and resource on them, that hear me, your I is impermanent. Your I is changing. Your I is becoming otherwise. If you have faith in that teaching, the teachings of impermanence, the teachings of changing, If you place faith in these teaching, that's in that way, it's called a faith follower, saranusari, faith follower. That means you are practicing vipassana. Before you practice vipassana, you must have a certain level of concentration, samatha. Then if you look at your eye, you USA know that it is impermanent, it's changing. You USA know that with the power of vipassana knowledge. And you have faith in the teachings of the Buddha. The Buddha said that eye is impermanent, ear is impermanent, nose, tongue, the body, the mind is impermanent, right? You have faith, sattva. So that faith arises because of vipassana knowledge. You say not based on teachings of somebody, not based on reading the book, based on your own understanding, your own practice. Such person is called faith follower. It's not a blind faith, not a blind faith. One who has entered the fixed course of rightness. So here, enter me, Okantika, Okanto. So therefore we call it Okantika Sanyota. One who has entered the fixed course of rightness. Rightness here means eye is impermanent, ear is impermanent, etc. That is the right Dhamma, right? The right Dhamma. Your mind is fixed, your understanding is fixed on that right teaching, Enter the plane of superior passings. When you become a faith follower, you become superior passing, not a puthojana, superior passing. Enter the plane of superior passings, sapurisa, pume, Then transcend the plane of the worldlings. You transcend the plane of becoming puthojana. I say puthojana. You no longer become puthojana. You transcend the plane of the worldlings, puthojana pume. So here, you can look at this one. It's a very important one. No longer mundane consciousness. It is no longer mundane consciousness. It is, we call it supramundane, lokottara, transcends, right? You transcended the plane of orderly. You no longer puthojana. That means you are one of the noble individuals. He is incapable of doing any deed, by reason of which he might be reborn in hell, in the animal realm, or in the domain of ghost. 3 or 4 planes, right? 3 or 4 planes. So that means somebody who became a faith follower, in other words, we can say that somebody who becomes somebody who is on the path to become Sotapanna. He is on the path, no? Even, faith follower will not do any evil deed, by reason of which he may have a reborn. He will reborn in awful destinations. It talk about Sotapatti Magaccheta, Sotapatti Magaccheta. So the faith follower is on the path to become Sotapanna. To become Sotapanna. He is incapable of passing away without having realized the fruit of stream entry. He will not die without attaining Sotapatti Phalacheta. Definitely he will attain, he will become Sotapanna in this life. In this life. The fruit here, hear me, the fruit means Sotapatti Phala. Right? Sotapatti Phala. Sotapatti Phalan here in Pali. Sotapatti Phalan. So that means somebody who became a faith follower is not a Puthojana anymore. He became Ariya Sangha. Ariya Sangha. It indicates he already attained Sotapatti Magaccheta. No? Magaccheta. Somebody who attains Sotapatti Magaccheta, he will definitely attain, Sotapatti Phalacheta, the fruit of stream entry. So, a faith follower is referred to Chula Sotapanna. Chula Sotapanna, not a real Sotapanna. Chula Sotapanna. In other words, we can call it junior Sotapanna. We always say that, right? We always say that somebody suppose Stephen, and we call his son Junior Stephen, right? Junior Stephen, like that. So this one, a faith follower is interpreted as a Chula Sotapanna, or lesser stream enterer, or junior stream enterer. This is according to the commentary. According to the commentary. If you want to know more about this one, you can read Mr. Piyatan's interpretation of this sutta. Okay, so this is a faith follower, right? He has understanding about. He have understanding the impermanent nature of Nama Rupa. Another, let's say Nama Rupa. Actually, the sutta mentions so many ways, right? So many ways. So if we try to conclude, summarize all these teachings, it talk about Nama Rupa, mind, mental and material phenomena, right? Somebody who understands the impermanent nature of Nama Rupa, then he has faith. He has faith, teachings of the Buddha. The Buddha said, Nama Rupa is impermanent, a nature, right? A nature. Now he himself realized, eye is impermanent, ear is impermanent. So for that reason, he has faith in the teaching. In other words, teachings of the Buddha. Teachings of the Buddha. This one is a faith follower. Another one is one for whom these teachings are accepted as. Here, accepted as. After being pondered to a sufficient degree with the wisdom. Panya. With the wisdom. It's called a Dhamma follower. Dhammanusari. Dhamma follower also the one who is on the path to become Sotapanna. But here, Dhamma follower is higher because of wisdom. He accepted that Nama Rupa is impermanent. Five aggregate are impermanent. He accepted that. After being pondered to a sufficient degree with the wisdom. So now he used his wisdom or understanding, more wisdom. But he haven't attained the stream entry or Sotapatti Phalacheta. He is not Sotapanna yet. One who has entered the fifth causal rightness, enter the plane of superior passing, same thing, right? Not in normal passing, not Buddhojana. He becomes superior passing. Transcended the plane of the worldling. He no longer be Buddhojana. That means he is Arya Sangha. Definitely is the one who attains Sotapaddi Magga. According to this sutta, Sotapaddi Magga can be two levels. One who have faith, in the teachings of the Buddha, teachings of nature. And another one is Dhamma follower. He has wisdom after pondering upon teachings of the Buddha, after pondering upon the nature of Nama Rupa as impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. Maybe we can say two levels. Two levels. He is incapable of doing any deed, by reason of which he might be reborn in hell, in the animal realm, or in the domain of cause. He is incapable of passing away without having realized the fruit of stream entry, Sotapaddi Phala. He will not die without becoming Sotapanna. Even if the war is going to an end, because of fire or something like that, he will achieve the fruit of stream entry. So this is the faith follower, Dhamma follower. I talk about Sotapaddi Magga, the one who is on the path to attain the fruit of stream entry. Then the Buddha said, one who knows and sees these teaching thus. These teaching me, and the Buddha explained so many ways, right? In terms of internal six bases, in terms of external six bases, consciousness, contact, feeling, etc. Then we can summarize Nama Rupa. So that means the Nama Rupa are impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. It's somebody who knows and sees. In that way, it's called stream enterer. In other words, the one who attains Sotapaddi Phala, stream of the fruit of stream entry. In other words, we call it stream enterer. And the Buddha said that no longer bound to lower world, fixed in destiny, with the enlightenment as his destination. So that means he is fixed in destiny to attain enlightenment. Enlightenment here is a final enlightenment. So he no longer go to four destinations because he doesn't do any evil deed that will cause rebirth in those over planes. So here, the one who knows and sees Nama Rupa are impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise, is Sotapanna. So therefore, understanding impermanent nature of Nama Rupa is important. For that reason, we are meditating. You meditate using one meditation object, then your mind became calm and serene. That's called samatha. Based on stillness of the mind, then you incline your mind to know the nature of your Nama Rupa. Some people may use their eye. Some people may look at their eye. They know that material phenomena in the eye changing. And all material phenomena disappear, new one replace. And that one also disappear, a new one replace. you yourself know it. So by just looking at your eye, you have understanding, impermanent nature of your eye. That if you have faith, impermanent nature of your eye, then you attain Sotapaddi Magga. So, faith. Then, after some time, you try to further investigate the nature of your eye. Then you ponder with your wisdom. Surely, material phenomena in your eye are changing, impermanent, becoming otherwise. Then you become Dhamma follower. Another level of Sotapaddi Magga. Then finally, after practicing furthermore, then you knows and sees the nature of your eye. Your eye is changing, impermanent, becoming otherwise. Then you become stream enterer. You will no longer go to four Buddha destinations. So therefore, in Bhante Gunaratana, one of the famous meditation masters, now he's over 90 years old, nearly 100. He write in his Beyond Mindfulness, in plain English, he write in this way: if your path, if your path is faith, so that means if you are a faith follower, then at the attainment of stream entry path, you will first destroy doubt. You have a doubt about teachings of the Buddha. The Buddha said that your eye, your ear, etc., they are changing, impermanent, becoming otherwise. Your body is changing, impermanent. But you have a doubt about that, right? Normally, as a normal individual, you have a doubt about teachings of the Buddha. But when you practice vipassana, in one level you have faith in the teachings of the Buddha, especially teachings of nature, impermanent. Then if you become a faith follower, then you no longer have any doubt about Triple Gem. You no longer doubt about teachings of the Buddha. Then based on that, you no longer doubt about the Buddha, the one who teach the Dhamma. And also, you no longer have a doubt about the noble individual, the noble Sangha, Ariya Sangha. Because you yourself become among the Sangha, right? If you practice, if you are a faith follower, you become noble individual. Then, if you are Bhante Gunaratana said that, if your path is wisdom, so that means if you are a Dhamma follower, then at the attainment of stream entry path, you will first destroy the notion of self, the notion of self, sakadati, the notion of self. Because one way or another, we have the notion of self in our mind. Even some people think soul theory, right? There may be soul in our mind, in our body, residing there. Even though our body is changing, impermanent, even though our mind is impermanent, our soul is not changing. That is the notion of self. If you think that your body is this is my body, this is my feeling, this is my contact, etc. The notion of self, the notion of sakadati. Later I will explain furthermore. So according to Bhante Gunaratana, anyone can become, you can attain either or one. If you become Dhamma follower first, then you destroy the notion of self. If you become a faith follower after that, you destroy the doubt. But when you look at the Sutta, I think even this one may not be 100% correct. I think that faith comes first. Later, wisdom comes, I mean, the moment you have faith in the teachings of nature, that faith arises because of wisdom. You have certain level of wisdom. Then that is called faith follower. If you have wisdom or understanding of nature, furthermore, it became Dhamma follower. Then according to my understanding, the faith follower comes first. Then after that, Dhamma follower. So therefore, in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the Buddha, the Sutta recorded this line. The Sutta recorded. Not only in this Sutta, the one who becomes Sotapanna, anyone, the Pali Canon recorded in this way. Same formula. So if you see these lines, it means the listener becomes Sotapanna. The Pali Canon usually mentioned in this way. Why this discourse, the first sermon, was being spoken, there arose in the Venerable Cornelius the dust-free, stainless vision of the Dhamma. So that means after listening the first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Venerable Cornelius became Sotapanna first. So when that means Venerable Cornelius sees the teachings of nature, the nature of nature, impermanent nature of Namarupa, or five aggregate. Then the Sutta said that wherever is subject to origination, is or subject to cessation. Wherever it's subject to arising, is or subject to cessation. When you look at with the vipassana knowledge to your eye, you yourself will know that. And new material phenomena are replacing old material phenomena in your eye all the time, continuously. When you look at your body, new material phenomena are replacing old material phenomena. You understand with your wisdom eye, the eye of wisdom. No? Even nowadays, right? If you look at with the powerful microscope, scientists know, all material phenomena are disappearing, new one replaced. So even with the powerful microscope, we can know the nature of material phenomena. But here, not using microscope, but you use your understanding. Understanding means based on samatha. Based on samatha, you look at your body. Then material phenomena are disappearing. The new one replace. Those new one also disappear after that. The new one replace. So that means you begin to understand your body is changing all the time. When you look at your mind also, similarly, arising and passing away, arising and passing away, changing. So understanding, that's understanding. That is, we call it enlightenment. Wherever it's subject to arising, material phenomena in your body has the nature of arising. And something that has the nature of arising is subject to cessation. It will cease. That is understanding. If you have such understanding, you know the truth. If you know the truth, you accept it. And if you encounter such impermanent nature, changing nature in your body, and body of your mother, father, the body of your children, then you will not suffer. you will not suffer. So therefore, we call it cessation, right? Cessation of suffering. Dukkha nidora, dukkha nidora. So when you have understanding that your body is impermanent, your mind is impermanent, then when you really encounter changing nature in your body, your mind is not affected. Because you know it is the truth, right? Nobody can escape. Such understanding, you will be able to accept it. Because of that acceptance, your mind is not shaken anymore. You will face reality calmly, with a calmness. For that reason, those who have vipassana knowledge, even you see wrinkle on your face, even you see gray hair on your head, no shaking, no shaking. Even your face is changing, your body is changing. You accept it as a truth. Because of that acceptance, you no longer feel any. You no longer have any fear in your mind, right? Even you'll be able to face death calmly, with a calmness. That enlightenment, that's the power of enlightenment. That is the power of vipassana knowledge. Vipassana knowledge. Okay, any question up to now? So here, my conclude before we take question. Then my conclusion. When you look at the Sutta, Aukhandika Sanyutta, and we can understand that somebody who attains Sotapaddi Magga have a two level. One, faith. Another one, wisdom. Then after that, after some time, after some time, it will take maybe about 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, even the whole life. But without attaining Sotapaddi Phalaccheda, you will not die. No? You will not die. Without becoming Sotapanna, you will not die. That is the teachings of the Buddha. So, that means, according to Abhidhamma, the one Sotapaddi Magga has only one mind movement. After that, Phalaccheda comes. But when you look at Aukhandika Sanyutta, the suttas, it indicates that, it implies that after you attain Sotapaddi Magga, it may take some time. It may be 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, even the whole life. But before you die, you will attain Sotapaddi Phalaccheda. Because you are on the path, right? You are on the path. On the path, hear me, you are all the time practicing the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path. You will not, your mind may not be diverted to other directions. Okay, question? No question? Okay. If no question, let's continue. Then I will quote another sutta to talk about stream entera, Sotapanna. The Buddha said, bhikkhus, just as in the autumn, when the sky is clear and cloudless, the sun ascending in the sky dispels all the darkness from space. As it shines and beams and radiates, that's a simile, In the autumn, the sun ascends, then all the cloud, all the darkness disappear. Just like that. So too, when the death-free, stainless Dhamma eye, arises in the noble disciple. So that means the one who knows the impermanent nature of Nama Rupa. Together with the arising of vision, The noble disciple abandoned three factors. Three factors, sanyojana, three sanyojana. We have a 10 sanyojana. Later, I think, when the Buddha explained, the stages of noble individual, the Buddha used the word factors, not the defilements, kilesa, factors. So that means somebody who becomes Sotapanna abandon three factors. So number one, wrong view, deity. Number two, clinging to rights and rituals. Clinging to rights and rituals. Silabra Brahmasa. Later I will explain one by one. Another one is, the first two are under deity, wrong view, according to Bdmv. And the last one is doubt. So that means, when you look at this one, doubt. When you become the faith follower, you abandon doubt. So when you become Dhamma follower, you remove wrong view, clinging to rights and ritual to some extent. Maybe when you become Sotapanna, you abandon all three factors. Wrong view, clinging to rights and rituals, and doubt. So here, wrong view here means believing in permanent entity. According to Buddhist teaching, everything is impermanent. Your mind is impermanent. Your body is impermanent. Everything outside also impermanent. Changing, becoming otherwise, right? For that reason, even the building, right? Very strong. Changing. Even the bridges, which made it of steel and iron, changing. Everything is changing according to Buddhist teaching. But here, if you believe something, permanent entity, actually, most of the religion, they believe soul theory, kind of soul in your body, which will last forever, which is not changing. According to Hinduism, there is a soul residing in your body. If you die, that soul will move to another body, new body. It's another life. And also in other religions like Christianity, Islam, one way or another, they believe the real soul, which is lasting, permanent. According to Buddhism, there's nothing permanent. Everything is changing. Especially when you look at your body and mind. So this is composed of mind and body, right? Mind and body. Your mind, your body, impermanent, changing. Nothing which is permanent in your body. So here, if you believe permanent entity, that is a wrong view. Another one is, so here we can explain two wrong view in two levels. One is soul or self, atta. When you talk about soul or self, permanent entity, which is some people may think is residing in the body or residing somewhere else in the universe. Even nowadays, right? Some people believe universe is soul. We are connected each other, like they are talking like that. Universe is soul. It is also a kind of wrong view. There is no permanent entity inside and outside our universe or anywhere. Look at planets, stars, and suns, right? Changing all the time. Another one is identity view, sakadeti. Identity view. You identify five aggregate as a collective whole. These are myself, my body, my mind, my feeling, like that. It is identity view. Somebody is criticizing you. Because of this identity view, you feel angry, you feel depressed. Because of this identity view, he is talking to me, as a collective whole, as I, You identify, you agree as I, Because of that identity view, somebody criticize you or somebody says something bad things about you, then you feel angry, you feel elated, you feel depressed, etc. Identity view. So, of course, we can use conventional language, right? I am talking, you are listening. Conventionally, we can use the language, but if you accept that this is me, this is my body, you identify five aggregate as I, your possession. That's identity view. So that means somebody who becomes Sotapanna, he realize, experience the real nature of Nama-rupa. He no longer think, these are myself. No longer have identity view. Identity view. Suppose you identify as a Singaporean. If you are a normal person, somebody criticizes Singapore and Singaporean, you feel angry normally. But if you become Sotapanna, somebody criticize Singapore and Singaporean, no longer have a dosa in your mind, anger in your mind. If you think what they say is not right, you will reply. What you say is not right. But if they say it's right, you will accept it. You will accept their criticism. That is the difference between Puthojjana and Sotapanna. Because we normally have identity view, no? You identify as a Singaporean. Conventional level is okay. But if you become Sotapanna, you understand ultimate reality. Ultimate reality means you understand your Nama-rupa. Nama-rupa. So you no longer identify as these are mine, like that. So for that reason, they have less dosa, less lobha, less moha. So this is a wrong view. So any question regarding with the wrong view? No question. Okay. Then we'll talk about second one, clinging to rites and ritual. This is very wide. Silabhara Paramasa, clinging to rites and rituals. Clinging to rites and rituals is a belief that the performance of rites and rituals will make one pure from their sins and their wrongdoings, will bring forth purity. Actually, I say the word blessing, not blessing, purity. Purity of the mind. Purity of the mind. Here, I think you may notice that some people dive into the water, right? After coming out from the water, they believe that their sins, their wrongdoings are disappeared. They became new person. That is a kind of claim to rites and rituals. Just diving into the water will not purify your sins, your wrongdoings, according to Buddhism. Then I look at one documentary, 80 Days Around the World, I think. So in that documentary, the Christian priest from England, he recorded many faiths in the world, including Shintoism in Japan. And he recorded, I think, the New Year time, I think. Japanese people, especially Japanese Khaing, they go to the oceans and they, in the early morning, it's very cold, They take out all the clothes, they just wear their pants. They go and dive into the water in the oceans. Then the Christian priest interview them. One of them is very old, maybe about 80 plus, And he said that, I became like a new baby. I became like a new baby. According to them, by washing, by diving in the water in the oceans, all their sins throughout the year, they have done in the whole year, wash away. This is a kind of clinging to rites and rituals. According to Buddhism, it's not so. If you want to purify all your sins, you need to practice the Noble Eightfold Path. There is only one way to purify your sins, to purify your wrongdoings. That's the Noble Eightfold Path. You must have a right view. If you have a right view, you will have a right intention or right thought. If your thought or intention is good, your speaking, your action, your livelihood will be right. You will have a right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. That's the practice, the Noble Eightfold Path. So if you have a right concentration, you will have right understanding. In other words, enlightenment. That is the only way to purify all your wrongdoings. For that reason, Venerable Angulimala killed so many thousands of people, right? So many people. There are a lot of wrongdoings, a lot of evil deeds he have done. But he practiced the Noble Eightfold Path. All his sins or all his wrongdoing are purified because of the Noble Eightfold Path. Right? Because of the Noble Eightfold Path. So here, if you believe that, if you perform rites and ritual, your sins, your wrongdoing will be purified. It is clinging to rites and rituals. Another kinds of right view according to Buddhism. It is one of the 4 kinds of clinging that people attach too much. Because people attach too much in the rites and rituals. Then I will give you some example. You can see this picture. People, Buddhists, in the Myanmar, they pour the water on the Buddha image. And they believe that by doing so, they will get a kind of purity in their mind. Some people may think that they have done unwholesome deed by just pouring the water on the Buddha image. They believe all their wrongdoing are purified. Rites and rituals. According to Buddhism, it's a rites and rituals. Clinging to rites and rituals. By just pouring the water on the Buddha image, all your wrongdoing will not be purified. Right? Another one is a bathing in the holy water. Bathing in the holy water. It happened in India. Actually, even nowadays, people are still following these rites and rituals. They believe that if they dive into the water in the Ganges River, especially, all their sins will be purified. That is the practice still following in India nowadays. Some people, they go in the morning because by bathing in the water in the morning, they think that all the evil deed that they have accumulated in the night time wash away. Then some people come afternoon. Then all the evil deed that you have done in the morning wash away. Some people go in the night time. The whole day you have done wash away. That is a kind of rites and rituals according to Buddhism. You cannot purify all your wrongdoings by just bathing in the water. So therefore, I always say that if you do not have right understanding regarding with the blessing in the shrine hall, it's not good, not good. Of course, blessing is important as a human being. It's not important for Sotapanna. No longer have any attachment to blessing or any type. Because the purity of our unwholesome deed can be can cause because of the Noble Eightfold Path. There's only one way, the Buddha said, right? There's only one way in Satipatthana Sutta. We do blessing based on our compassion, right? Based on our compassion. You receive it with the faith. Of course, there will be some effectiveness because of that blessing. At least you became very happy, right? Very happy because of that, right? You feel secure in your mind, Psychologically, it's very effective. Actually, blessing with the water, blessing with a certain kind, we are doing, most of the Buddhist constitution are doing that. It is all right, but you must understand, just pouring water on your body will not wash away all your evil deed. We do blessing out of compassion, loving kindness. You receive with the faith. It's psychologically and also it's effective. But it will not wash away all your evil deed. You must understand that. Because one time I was invited to one devotee house. She said that there are a lot of ants, a lot of crocodiles in her house. And she clean, That means she killed so many ants and so many crocodiles, right? Huh? Crocodile. Then she said that, Bhante, I need your blessing. Inviting monks for blessing is good. Anyway, it's a good deed. But my blessing will not wash away her evil deed, Right? Evil deed. But anyway, the good deed can replace bad deed. Right? Bad deed. If you may have done some evil deed. If you have a lot of good deed in your mind, then that evil deed may not affect too much. Like a Venerable Angulimala, right? He killed, thousands of people, accumulated a lot of unwholesome deed, but he practiced the Noble Eightfold Path. He became an arahant. Of course, he still suffers some of the effect of his killing. Some people throw stones, right? Some people beat with a stick like that. But because of the unwholesome deed, he no longer have any unwholesome, he no longer have any rebirth in the unwholesome destination, right? For that reason, we must have a right understanding. The water will not make you pure, right? It is just rites and rituals. Just rites and rituals. And also here in Bali, also there is a famous practice in Bali, bathing in the holy water. Especially Hindus, they go there and they think that by bathing in that water pool, then all their sins will be purified. This is also Bali. And this one, worshiping the sun. In India, stay following. They believe that if you worship the sun, you will become influential. If you are politics, you become influential. And also, if you are a writer, your wisdom will be sharpened like that. They have such understanding, such belief, They get up early and they go and worship to the sun. If you practice the Noble Eightfold Path, automatically you will become influence in the society, in your family, if you really practice the Noble Eightfold Path. Here also worshiping sun with the group. Here you can look at number 4 is not found in Japanese car park and Japanese elevator. You can see that car park. Number 2, number 3, number 5. No number 4. We call it superstition, right? Superstitions. Here also, right? There's no number 4. No number 4. Because they think that number 4 is unlucky number. People do not like it. It's also kind of clinging to rites and rituals. The number will not make your life worsen or better. Only your deed, right? Only your deed. As long as you're doing good deed, whether you stay in the number 4 or number 4 lane or number 4 house, doesn't matter, will not affect. People have a lot of superstition. In the West, 30, right? 40 or 30? 13, they have a superstition. They don't like the number 13. It's unlucky number, superstitions. Here in Singapore, what is it? Same, or 4. You don't have 4, number 4. We still have it, but people do not like. Oh, very difficult. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I see. That's a superstition, If you are a true Buddhist, you don't care. You don't care. It doesn't matter whether you stay in the number 4, at the 4th floor, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But some people have a superstition, then that superstition obsession will make them unlucky, because of that obsession. Everywhere, everywhere. Here, actually, I want to mention the real definition of clinging to rites and rituals. What is rites and ritual in Buddhism? Rites and ritual in Buddhism. This is the best definition I found. This is the first definition I found. In the Sutta, there's so many definitions, but I found it this one. Mahasi Sayadaw, one of the famous meditation masters in Myanmar, also not only famous, but also well-versed in Pali Canon. And he said that he talked about rites and ritual in Buddhism. Any type of practices that are outside of the Noble Eightfold Path can be called adherent to rites and ritual or clinging to rites and rituals. Outside of the Noble Eightfold Path, rites and rituals. It can be anything, right? It can be anything. You may have some superstition. If your house is facing to particular direction, you are unlucky. That is also rites and rituals, clinging to rites and rituals. If you think that particular day is unlucky day. It is also claimed to rise and retrace. But according to Buddhism, if you are practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, where you stay, which day you are doing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you are practicing. You are staying in the fourth floor. If you are practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, okay. Many people, before they get married, they consult with the astrologer, right? they choose auspicious days, but they divorce, right? They divorce, So therefore, all these, superstitions, all these, mundane auspiciousness are clinging to rise and retrace. Actually, I ordain, according to Burmese tradition, unlucky day, unlucky day, People will not choose that day, Because I don't have any clinging to rise and retrace. I don't care all these one. What I care is to remember, to get a good date, Normally, as a Buddhist monk, if you want to become a Buddhist monk, must be 20 years old. 20 years old. Of course, I want to choose 20 years old, the day I fully become 20s. But on that day, I'm still taking my exam. It's not possible to do higher ordination. Then I choose 20 years old and 1 more month. Exact day, But that day is unlucky day in the calendar. People will not choose it. People will not choose it. But if I have a clinging to rise and retrace, I will not choose it. I will choose another day. But I don't care. It is up to my practice. So I choose on that day. My manhood is still going on. It doesn't affect my manhood, right? So therefore, as long as you are practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, you are on the right path, right? Right path. If you are following any practice that are outside of Noble Eightfold Path, by reason of which you have a purity from your sin or from your wrongdoing, if you think so, that is clinging to rise and retrace. It is one of the right view, one of the wrong view. So that means somebody who becomes Sotapanna no longer have any clinging to rise and retrace. He will not care the number. He will not care about the day. He will not care about the direction or anything. He just care his actions. He just care his context. That's all. Also, I want to quote one saying by Yuval Noah Harari. He's a very famous historian. I think many of you know him, right? Know him. 21st, he writes so many books. Man then, 21st lessons for 21st century. In his book, in the 21st century, meditation is one lesson. He is not a Buddhist. Actually, he is a Jew from Israel. And he meditates twice a day. And 1 year, he go to meditation retreat, practice. He said that because of his meditation, he can write so many books, or so many important books that talk about human history. He write history of humankind, also history of tomorrow, very, very famous one. If you Google, you will find his teaching and also his book. He write one of the places in his book regarding with the rites and rituals. If you want to know the ultimate truth of life, rites and rituals are huge obstacles. Huge obstacles. You look at religions. You look at the religions, whether Buddhism, Christianity, Islam. There are a lot of rites and rituals when you visit a temple, when you visit a temple. So therefore people say just a Buddhist, right? Even the Buddhists, we always say just a Buddhist. People use just it, offer to the Buddha, that's all. They do not practice. They do not practice. We call it so-called Buddhists, right? So there are so many rites and rituals in the temple, in the churches, in the mosques, in the synagogue, etc. So many rites and rituals. So they are a huge obstacles to know the real ultimate truth of life. Ultimate truth of life. So here, importance of understanding rites and rituals, right? Rites and rituals. Okay. Then I want to talk about doubt, Vicikiccha. Doubt is opposite of faith. Opposite of faith. It can be removed with the right understanding, wisdom. So therefore, faith follower has certain kinds of wisdom or understanding. Because of that, he can remove doubt. Doubt about impermanent nature of Nama-rupa. It is doubt about Tripajim. If we want to talk about doubt in Buddhism, it means doubt about Tripajim. Doubt about the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. If somebody becomes Sotapanna, no longer have a doubt about Tripajim. He will not compare to other religion because he know teachings of the Buddha by himself. After realizing the first stage of sainthood, one who no longer has any doubt about Tripajim. So that means somebody becomes Sotapanna, no longer has doubt about Tripajim. So that means here, somebody who becomes Sotapanna abandon three factors: wrong view, and clinging to rites and rituals, and doubt. Right? Doubt. Not only that, according to commentary, according to Attasalini, the commentary of the first Abhidhamma text, apart from wrong view, doubt, and clinging to rites and rituals, stream intera, Sotapanna, eradicates envy, asa, and avarice, Maitreya, as well. Envy and avarice. Because normally, of course, Sotapanna totally eradicate three type of factors. He also remove certain degree of gross defilements, like envy and avarice. Envy and avarice. So here, envy me. You have a jealousy in your mind when you see somebody is better than you, when somebody is richer than you, when somebody is more beautiful than you. If somebody becomes Sotapanna, he no longer have any jealousy in his mind. He will appreciate, better things about other people. And also, he no longer have any avarice. Avarice, sometimes we have too much attachment to our achievement that we cannot share with other people. You cannot share some information. You cannot share your fame, popularity, etc. These are the avarice. Not only earlier three, Sotapanna, according to commentary, Sotapanna remove envy and avarice also. Okay, any question? Then I think I want better finish, I want to finish about Sotapanna. Otherwise, if I teach next week, then I have to repeat, Very interesting one sutta in Samyutta Nikaya. The Buddha said that the one who became Sotapanna has been utterly destroyed the mass of suffering, which is similar to the portion of Sineru mountain. Sineru mountain means the highest mountain, the biggest mountain in the world. So somebody becomes Sotapanna, he destroyed the mass of suffering, which is similar to the size of Sineru mountain. The suffering that remains is trifling. The suffering that remains as his Sotapanna is trifling, which is similar to 7 grain of gravy, the size of man bee. Actually, this one I can't visualize in my mind. It's very small bean. You see, you can put 7 gravy, on your fan. As a Sotapanna, the remaining suffering in your life, 7 gravy, 7 grain of gravy on your hand, But suffering you have already destroyed, very big. So that means if you become Sotapanna, you have only a few suffering, a few suffering. Encouraging, it's encouraging to become Sotapanna. Of course, if you become Sotapanna, you no longer go to awful destinations, You are destined to become Arahant. So this is what Bhikkhu Bodhi said. One who has undergone the experience of stream entry is assured of reaching final deliverance in maximum of 7 lives, or never being reborn in any of the awful planes of existence. And this one is clear, right? Clear. At maximum, you can be reborn 7 times, not more than that. So therefore, in Ratana Sutta, the Buddha said that they can never undergo an 8 path. Only 7 paths maximum. We have 3 types of Sotapanna. Sorry, today I take extra time. Want to finish all this one. 3 types of Sotapanna. One is 7 times at most attainer. We call it Satakatuparama. The Buddha said that with utter distraction of 3 factors, earlier 3 factors, wrong view, clinging to rising rituals, and doubt, he is a 7 times at most attainer, who, after roaming and wandering among the deva and humans 7 times at most, makes an end of suffering. So that means he will wander as a deva and humans. Deva here means not only the deva in 6 heavenly realms, as a Brahma as well, Brahma as well. For only 7 times at most, not more than that. Finally, he will make an end of suffering. That means he will attain final Nibbana. Another one is family to family attainer. With the other distraction of 3 factors, he is a family to family attainer, Kolan Kolo, who, after roaming and wandering or among the good families here, 2 or 3 times, makes an end of suffering. He were not reborn in a bad families. He were reborn in an educated family and people who has good nature, a good family, 2 or 3 times. Ultimately, he will make an end of suffering. And the last one is one seat attainer. With the other distraction of 3 factors, he is a one seat attainer who, after being reborn once more in human existence, makes an end of suffering. He will make only one more rebirth as a human being and make an end of suffering. 3 types of Sotapanna. Then, 4 factors Sotapanna. The one who becomes Sotapanna, he will possess all these 4. Number 1, possessing unwavering confidence or faith in the Buddha, in the Buddha death. The blessed one is Arahant, perfectly enlightened one, the knower of the world, like that, 9 quality, right? He has faith in the Buddha. Secondly, possessing unwavering confidence in the Dhamma. That's the Dhamma is where expounded by the Blessed One, thoroughly visible, etc. With the 6 quality of the Dhamma, right? 6 quality of the Dhamma. So that means the one who becomes Sotapanna has faith in the Dhamma. And number 3 is in the Sangha. The Sangha of the Blessed One's disciple is pleasing the good way and right way, etc. We have 9 quality of the Sangha. So that means faith in the Sangha. 1 to 3 is faith in the Triple Gem. No longer have any doubt about Triple Gem. And the last one, possessing the moral virtue dear to the noble ones, unbroken, flawless, unblemished. So here, somebody who becomes Sotapanna, his virtue, moral conduct is very pure, flawless, flawless, unblemished. He will do not break any of the 5 precepts. He will not tell lie, he will not kill, even if threatening his life, he will not do that. He will not do that. So these are the 4 factors or 4 qualities of Sotapanna. Then lastly, I want to explain 4 factors for attaining street entry. That's all, That's all. If you want to become Sotapanna, you need to practice 4. These are the 4 practices. I think somebody asked me how to become Sotapanna. It's a practice. Right? Number 1, associating with the wise. You must associate with the wise. Here, wise here me, the one who do not do any unwholesome deed with the body, with the mouth, with the mind. So here, the definition of the wise, here me, the one who do not do unwholesome deed with the body, with the mind, with the mouth. The white people. What here me? The one who got higher degree, no. The one who can control his body, his mouth, his mind, not to do any evil deed. You must associate with them. Then only you'll be able to emulate, right? Their behavior, their conducts. So therefore, associating with the wise is very important to become Sotapanna. Second one is hearing the true Dhamma. You must learn and you must read the true Dhamma. If you just sit down at all, I want to become Sotapanna. No way. You must hear, you must read the true Dhamma, right? Number 3 is careful attention or wise attention, yoniso manasikara. After associating with the wise, after listening to the true Dhamma, you investigate, you thoroughly make an investigation. If you have a doubt, you're trying to clear your doubt by discussion with qualified teacher like that. And the last one, practicing in accordance with the Dhamma. Need to practice. That's the main thing, Just learning the Dhamma, just hearing the Dhamma, just reading the Dhamma book, just associating with wise people, not enough. You need to practice. Practice. Practice, hear me? Practicing samatha and vipassana, right? Samatha and vipassana. So if you have 4 factors if you are practicing these 4 qualities, then you will become Sotapanna. So if you become Sotapanna, you will remove the mass suffering, which is similar to the biggest mountain in the world. And the remaining suffering, if you become Sotapanna, the remaining suffering is only 7 great knot grape, very small one on your hand, Then you are destined to become Arahant. You will make it final Nibbana. Okay, that's all. I think sorry for taking your time, and we'll call it a day. After chanting, we have an announcement. Please wait for a while.
Okay.
After chanting. Yo varatam bhavaro manu Jesu sakyamuni bhagava kata kecho paragato bala Viriya samangi dan sukatan saranatamu pemi ragawi ragama ninja masokan Dhamma masangka dhamma patikulan Madura mimamba gunan suwipatan Dhamma miman saranatamu pemi Yata jati namaha palamahu Chatu susi supurisa yugesu Atacha pogala brahmaja sati Sangami mansaranata mupemi Satu